Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Inside Movies Galore. I'm your host, David Streggy, and here I have another review for you of a film that was filmed in 2015, and I can't believe that I've actually had this film this long, and I haven't gotten a review out on it, but it is a film by Lance Polland from 2015 called Werewolves in Heat. And his production company is called Bad Amigo Pictures, and I picked this up from Legless Corpse Films right before the Chad Armstrong's ugly demise, and this is a grindhouse like film, and that's what works for this film. It's, I believe, done on an older kind of a film, so it gives it a 70s kind of a style look, and so we have essentially three men who look like they're older, but they're supposed to be Charlie Wu, Hyman, and Barry, played by Minchi Murakami, Christopher Roth, and Mir Was Najibi, who play these three men who are on their way to have a party of whiskey, weed, and women, to get away for the work weekend. But before I get into that part of the story, I wanted to start out where the film started out. Apparently, this takes place in Death Valley. There is evidently a local biker gang known as the Legion of Outlaws, and in this biker type bar, apparently they offer drugs, prostitution, and the occasional werewolf attack. So what we have here is a patched up a biker guy who mans the bar. He's got a patch over his eye, and he apparently knows a guy who knows a few girls. And then the very beginning of this film, we see a guy walk up to the bar, ask for some women, and he in turn has to give the bartender some money in order to get some poontang, so to speak. So ultimately, I believe it first starts out in the bar, but then they move outwards, and that's where the film gets better and cheesier. And the film is done with special effects. There's some makeup and some definite voice changes down the road, and one of the main werewolves is played by I believe that she is actual porn star by the name of Sarah Vendela. So we have her showing up in here as one of the werewolves. So this film actually kind of skates the line of in between being a skin flick and a horror comedy. And that's the thing you have to remember about this. This is supposed to be sexy. This is supposed to be sleazy, cheesy, and all that. That, I mean, the guys that show up, Charlie Wu, Hyman, and Barry. These guys are all like office guy-looking people. In fact, Hyman, who is a short midget Jewish guy, is supposed to be the guys' boss, and he's like shorter than them and a virgin. And he's kind of comical in his own way because he ends up getting with some Nazi-like werewolves himself, and his death is kind of hilarious in his own right. But ultimately, there seems to be a bevy of a cat house. You have Alyssa Dowling, who played in We Are Still Here, showing up in this film, but also we have porn star Ron Jeremy showing up here as Chancho, who apparently is the guy in between that ultimately we see somewhat in the beginning as and in the end as the guy who seems to get the main batch of money for these women, kind of like the pimp. So, in any case, I thought the acting in here wasn't overly bad, but it was definitely overly theatrical at moments. I enjoyed the man who played Captain Bill, who was kind of like a Rambo kind of a captain, who seemed to be the who was played by Stephen Richards, and I thought that that character was definitely entertaining because he spoke of a moment where where he had a moment where he would just stood in a pool of blood with his own men and all that jazz, and the Elizabeth Dowling's character Zoe seems to enjoy his appendage. In any case, I definitely enjoyed this film. It was a fresh take on the werewolf slash cat house kind of a story, and I think that there are not that many films that deal with werewolves that have to deal with females. So I thought that this was entertaining. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed my description of this film. Like and subscribe to my page if you have not. I'm going to show you the back of this film. No, it does not have the Legless Corpse logo on it, but it was distributed by Legless Corpse, so I think that this is a nice addition of the film. I thought that it was definitely worth a one-time watch, and I think that you just have to check it out for your own self. So, in any case, thank you for listening. Have a great day, evening, or morning, wherever you are. Appreciate your time here ahead of time, and yeah, I thought that the film was enjoyable. And this was the second time that I had actually watched this film. I watched it when I first got it, and I was trying to get into the characters, but I've seen so many films since that the characters kind of grow on you, So there you have it, folks. Just check it out. Let me know what you thought down in the comments if you have not seen this film, and yeah, thank you.